Hey guys, it's Yakmiar from the Reddit Rivals here, and we're going to continue with our Introductions to Ancient series on part 4 here today. If you watched my last video, I mentioned that I'm going to go ahead and finish looking at the nature quality ancients that I have in my arsenal. So Erasmus is a hero that you can get through the second campaign, and doing the campaign, I thought, awesome, I get this guy, and I'm going to have these confusion towers. Available, which are just driving me crazy. So I'm going to get him. And then I leveled him with my extra Nature Primus since I had a lot from early on, and it was pre-nerf. And then I realized we don't have that spell tower from him. But he does have some good abilities, and I think he's going to be very powerful as I get to a higher stronghold level with more troops as well as more damage that's being given out from the defenses. So looking at his abilities here, we have a Hallucinate, which is simply a summons of 4 illusions for a specific duration. A Confuse, which is the same as Kestra's ability, makes it attack a defense attack another building for double damage for duration. And then his third ability, which sounds awesome and I think is still pretty amazing, 75% of the damage is reflected back at attackers for 15 seconds or a duration. Again, this really depends on how many of your units are taking damage, how tankable they are. For receiving damage for an extended period of time, and simply how many defenses are currently dealing AoE damage to your troops. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple different replays here. So the first base here is a Stronghold 9, same as my current base. We can see here we've got the arrow launcher, catapult, both boosted by the conduit, so that's going to increase AoE damage. And that's all centralized down on the bottom there. So we're going to attack from the south, take some of that AoE damage, hopefully turn it around using Erasmus's third ability, and I'm going to continue using Viscaria to help reduce the HP on those buildings. So we're going to go ahead and drop him in this corner here where there's no anti-air. Take out some of this stuff. And you can see that my standard troop makeup is pretty consistent with the two groups of Maulers. They're pretty good now since their recent buff. So I'm going to go ahead and sweep Viscaria over the base as many times as I can get before she dies, he dies. And that should be it. And then we're going to go ahead and start sending in the rest of my troops here. And we do want to get enough mana to use the third skill. So there goes the damage to the buildings. You can see it's reflecting everything there, which is awesome. Go ahead and use the Confuse. It'll do some damage to the catapult. And we're pretty much clear here. Use some summons to help tank. And the space is pretty much done. Unfortunately, my troops are circling on the outside, which makes this process take a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the gold here. I think that's all that's left. And complete this raid. Alright, here's the second attack. We're looking at a pretty similar idea. Stronghold 8, so even easier. I'm going to go ahead and drop Viscaria down here at the bottom. Start taking out some buildings and racking up some passovers. I think if I get in here carefully, I should be able to take out a portal or maybe 2. So there we go. And I went to that one just so I could get the sweep over and the poison damage on some buildings instead of just wasting it to go north to the left hand side. He is going to take some damage here, so I'm going to go ahead and sweep over again. And one more time, he's going to die on the way. And now we're going to start dropping things on the left hand side here just because they're going to be able to get some more mana and they'll be taking more damage from a shared group of buildings. So there we go, there's the third skill. Gonna drop it on as many of these guys as I can. There's the damage being reflected. Several buildings are now dead. Go ahead and confuse these two towers here. And again, pretty easy work there. A lot of it has to do with the fact that there's no death touch that I have to worry about. So got pretty lucky with these matchups here, but again, just want to give you an idea of how Erasmus can be used. Alright, gonna go and fast forward, finish taking out the gold, and we'll complete that attack. Alright, so just to wrap things up, guys, Erasmus, as you can see, is pretty useful, especially when your paladins have full potential to heal your troops. His skills work really well, especially combined with any of the dragons that can deal some initial base damage, since those defenses will fall even faster in combination with his third skill. Summons are always great as a low mana cost to help you tank for some things, even against death towers. So Erasmus, pretty versatile. I'll probably start using him some more actually after making these videos, because I'm kind of curious to see how far I can get with him at my current stronghold level in some of my rating streaks. So taking a look next time, the last nature ancient I have right now is Viscaria himself, and we'll take a look at his abilities. All right, thanks. Talk to you guys soon.